that he is directing Special Envoy Steve Witkoff to meet with Russian President Vladimir Putin in Moscow, and for Army Secretary Dan Driscoll to meet with the Ukrainians. The president went on to say that he will only meet with Putin and Ukrainian President Zelensky when a deal to end the war is final. Secretary Driscoll met with a Russian delegation today in Abu Dhabi in the United Arab Emirates. Those negotiations came just days after talks between the U.S. and Ukraine in Geneva, Switzerland.
NBC News international correspondent Danielle Hamamdjian joins us now. Danielle, what else are we hearing from both the U.S. and Russia about today's talks?
Well, there seems to be progress and certainly momentum, as you mentioned. And according to one U.S. official telling NBC that the Ukrainians have agreed to a peace deal, but there are still some minor details that still need to be sorted out. You know, it depends what your definition of minor is in this context. Both sides have been diametrically opposed on so many points. Another U.S. official telling NBC News that Kyiv would be signing the agreement. Here in the UK, there was a meeting of the Coalition of the Willing, mostly European allies and other countries. Keir Starmer, the Prime Minister here, is saying that the majority of the text, Volodymyr Zelensky has indicated that it can be accepted. Remember that last week, that 28-point plan, quite controversially, was asking Ukraine to give up territory Russia wasn't even occupying. It was also asking Ukraine to put a cap on its military. Whether Ukraine is going to be agreeing to any of this, well, I guess we'll find out soon enough. But meanwhile, the Kremlin has said, publicly at least, it hasn't received an updated framework. But we do know certainly that Vladimir Putin has been stuck to his very hardline stance here. He has not shown much flexibility. If he is willing to make any concessions, it's hard to see what they're going to be. Sinclair.
All right, Danielle Hamamdjian for us. Thanks so much.
Now to an update on a story we first brought you yesterday.
It has to do with an infamous case from 2014. It's known as the Slender Man stabbing. One of the women convicted in that attack, Morgan Geyser, is expected to be extradited back to Wisconsin from Illinois after escaping from a group home over the weekend. Geyser was just 12 years old when she and another friend conspired to stab a classmate. They said it was to appease a fictional horror character, Slender Man.
This, as new body camera footage released by police shows the moments Geyser was taken into custody over the weekend after initially refusing to give authorities her name.
What's your last name?
No. I don't want to give you my name.
What you did wrong?
I did something really wrong.
Joining us now, NBC News legal analyst Misty Maris. So, Misty, to start, we know Geyser was sentenced to 40 years in a psychiatric hospital for the attack, but then was released to a group home. So what impact might this escape now have?
This escape is not going to bode well for her. When you're released to a group home, that's